Okay guys, let me welcome you to Python. Um, you open this video, it means that you're interested in learning Python. We're just quickly going to run through the background theory. Python is a widely used programming language. Python it's easy to read. It has logical code lines, and it's the best language for problem solving. So it's not just about solving problems though. It's a very fun programming language. It was created by a guy called Guido van Rossum. Yeah, and it was released in 1991. That was a long time ago. Okay, this is the photograph of Guido. And 2006, Eval did an article about the most popular language, and it placed Python as number one. So if you decided to learn Python programming, then it means you're on the right track. Oh yeah, quickly, this is the sites that are coded in Python. It's usually YouTube, Dropbox, Reddit, Google. And before we get to the downloading of the software and the coding, there's Python 2.7 and then there's Python 3.0. You know, obviously you have a question, which one should you use? I highly recommend 2.7. Why I recommend 2.7? It has a very friendly GUI. 3.0 it has a funny GUI, but then later in life you'll I think you'll choose your own versions that you prefer once you become fluent in Pythoning. The topics that we're going to cover in this video, obviously you can talk about programming without talking about Hello World, and then we're also going to talk about name assignments, punctuation and math symbols, and then lastly we're going to touch on modules. So yeah, let's get to it. I have download links in the description. You can just quickly go and download WhatsApp for yourself. Sorry, you can download Python for yourself on their website, or in the description I've included the link for this Python interpreter. It's the one that I prefer. There's reasons why I prefer this one as opposed to the one that's on the official site of Python. Idle after installing it, you're not gonna get an icon on your desktop. That's number one. Number two, it just lets you type in errors, and then when you try to run your code, it'll tell you like, this code can't run because it has problems. As opposed to this one, it tells you when you type a code immediately that you have an error before you even run the program. And number three, it has an icon on the desktop. Yeah, well, that's happening now. You click on this icon, and then you're gonna get this one, this pop up, and then you click on run spider, and then it'll take you to this interface, right? The topics that I said we're gonna cover, number one is Hello World. Other programming languages, they have very complicated ways of writing Hello World, but not Python. With Python, it's just easy. You just punch in your code, and then you run it. This is going to be where you put in your codes, and then this is going to be your output phrase. This is where you're going to get the results of your codes. Let me quickly explain what happened, what I just did there. The first is print. Think of print as display. Yeah, you're telling Python to display or show the following, whatever it's going to be after print. It's going to be shown right over here, right? And then the second thing, you can see that Hello World I wrote it inside quotation marks, and then you're gonna ask yourself, okay, why was that? Because hello world is not a value, and computers don't you need to tell it that it's a string, it's not a value. Let's just quickly see what happens when I try to print it without the quotation. It gives you an error, it's an invalid syntax. You see, even before you run it, it will tell you that it's an invalid syntax. Other than idle would have let you finish your whole code, and then it will tell you it's a syntax error. But yeah, why you need quotations is because Python needs to know when they think it's a value and when they think it's a string. Words are strings. Yeah, you're gonna be hearing a lot of that. Words are strings, and you can note that in the results, the quotation marks are not printed. So yeah, that's how it works. You'll see though as we keep going. Next topic on the agenda was name assignments. What that is basically means that you assign a value to a name. It can be a made up name, like you can make up your own name, or it can be an already known name, right? Let's take an example. You're gonna see that a is equals to, let me go back to hello world again, hello world, right? And then we're gonna print that. We're gonna say print a, you run it. Okay, let me just clear this stuff real quick. You run it, and then there's your hello world. Because a is hello world, a can be something else. Let's make a equals to a number, for example 5. If you say print, it's gonna print 5. So that's how name assignments work. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, the third one, we're dealing with mathematical symbols and functions and operations. So a is equals to let's just make another one up. B is equals to 5, and then we say C is equals to a mathematical operation. Now we're gonna say A plus B, right? And then for us to see the results, we have to print A. Here you don't need to put A in quotation marks, because A now it's no, not A, I mean C. You don't need to put C in quotation marks because it's a value you've assigned. You have assigned it above, so Python knows when you're talking about C, what is it that you're talking about. Otherwise, if it was out of the blue, it needs quotation marks. You'll see what I mean by out of the blue. Yeah, let's run that quickly. There you get your answer, 7. Other operational mathematics, they pretty standard, like any, like even in your calculator. Now let's do D. Multiplication is gonna be asterisk. A multiplied by B, that's gonna be D, right? Okay, let's check what the error is about. Invalid syntax. Yeah, let's go with F. F is equals to A multiplied by B. Let's run that. Oh yeah, you see, I didn't print, that's why it didn't give me an output. Let's just quickly run through. Yeah, it's 5 times 2 is 10, and divisions. Let's assign E is equals to B over A, right? And then let's print that. F5, that's what it's 0. Okay. Okay, let's we'll get to that part later on. Um, there's your value. It's not really 2. It's not really a 2.0. It's 2. We'll come back to that one.